Now we're gonna watch the Remielle animated short film Day of Silence. That does not bode well. Do the EP. Okay, I guess we'll do the EP first. Y'all got 1 minute. What's it looking like? Okay, people, 17 for EP first. Wow. Damn. Bravo, everybody, for voting. Now it's time to go through this with like a fine-tooth comb. Well, we're gonna watch them both first, and then we're gonna go back, and then anything that's like really crazy, we'll like replay, and we'll do the whole like we're going into paint and explaining things. So, oh, okay, here we go. Here we go. Wow, that's loud. A long, long time ago. Oh, whoa, whoa. No! Wait, I love this though. This is already in the playlist. It's done. It's done already. Oh my god.
Come close to my embrace, our breath interlace, gentle yet dangerous tide. Your fingers between my
Yo, it's like my theories. They got my board. They found it. I would like the whole deck. Oh, what? Ooh. Yo. Oh, it feels good to be the target audience, huh? Feels awesome to be the target audience. Yo, hello! Yeah, she really, dude, oh my god. Yo. This will live in my dreams. She is the Rizzler. She's just a straight up Rizzler. That's a crazy emote combo. Nah. Wait. No, dude. You're just gonna put that as a frame? Just like flex the squish is fucking nuts. Why would you do that? Why, dude? Why would you be this evil? Just biblical greed? Yeah, as do I. Holy shit. Unhinged Weirdo has some good moves. Oh, Remy the dude, what a world. This is the perfect timeline. There's two of them? Let's be so honest. Wise is winning here. I'm just gotta. I have to say it. I gotta say it. Oh wait. Oh no, it's just a flex. I thought it was something bad. Dude, she hitting that shit. Oh no. Yo, Afro, facts, bro. It should have been me, not him. No. That was so good. That is going in the playlist. That is 100% going in the playlist. 100%. And now we can go watch the short film. Okay, wait. That's already, we're starting strong. We're starting strong. Get tissues. I don't have tissues. I don't have tissues. We're just gonna have to face tank it. I'm a crybaby. Like, let's not get it twisted. I'm totally a crybaby. But we can probably face tank this. Now it's time for us to watch the Day of Silence. Look at that, one take. Wow. I'm a fucking natural. She's already got like the symbols on her, so I'm not like too stoked. Wait, oh wait.
What have you all been hiding?
Whoa. Why is my taskbar coming up? I fucking hate it here. Gotta turn on subtitles. Yep, my taskbar keeps popping up.
What is this?
They're in Spanish from last time. I hate it here. Like, this is Murphy's Law manifest. Oh my god. No, actually, this is intentional. It's tension building. We're building tension. Turn volume up. Okay, bet.
Okay. Sunbringer. What have you all been?
What the fuck is that, though? That is like a straight up berserker.
On behalf of Eridu City Hall, I'd like to recognize 3 Void Hunters for their outstanding.
Oh look! Yo, he's so wide! Vike is so wide! What? He's like a fucking emperor penguin!
And I'd like to take this chance to share some exciting news. Recently, Helios Academy and I...
Oh. You've done what?
You let me finish back then. Also, tell me why they put your name on the project team without asking me.
There's no way that's not Vike.
I don't know enough about Void Hunter weapons. I'm not comfortable letting you go alone.
You worry way too much.
I've heard whispers, but there's no way it's not.
What, worried I'll upstage you?
Upstage.
Uh-oh.
Honey, as a reward, I'll humor you with a dance.
She's dancing.
Don't you even try to step on my feet.
She called her mom. Oh, she just froze the room to flex? Oh, come on, bro.
Worry, boy.
I'll dance, but don't make it a scene.
Oh, she's singing?
Everyone's staring at me.
Wait, what?
My fault, honestly, top of the list.
She just froze everybody and found a baby?
Don't pretend it's a surprise, please. I didn't try that hard. Trust me. Just like the
Okay, it's her going back through her memories. Ooh.
when they call, I'm already there. Watch it once, you'll
This is so nice.
understand. I don't lose, I only win.
Oh, she's just like me for real.
Better
Just like me for real.
when you couldn't breathe. When no one's there and they're just you beneath. Maybe you say it's fine, it's just a lot. But
She's just like me for real.
Knew I'd find you here.
Oh god.
First place again?
Oh, they grew up together.
Some things can only be done by people with talent. If this works, humanity will be one step closer to conquering the Hollows.
Oh?
Someone has to do it.
Oh?
You want in on this experiment? Then come.
Not worried about me upstaging you anymore?
Someone's optimistic.
Oh. Right.
Look for a tweet about it?
I promised, didn't I?
Nah. A bird!
Here's hoping everything goes smoothly.
Oh, she's mad. Oh! Oh, she is Colonel Vike. Wait, what? She's transforming into an Enchainer? Oh, homie, that's Scorch Horizon! Oh, that's a lot of speed. That's a lot of speed.
Am I going to end up like that too?
She fast as fuck, but what? Oh, wait, she's so cool. Wait. The more you use Thongil, the more your mind.
Belly first.
They got her fighting in the fucking back rooms. I think like keyword is transforming into an Enchainer. Oh my god! Oh, and she defended it. Very cool. Uh-oh.
Belly, it's time for you to rest.
Uh-oh. She just one-shot her like that? And she tanks it. Oh, the bird. Oh, the bird. She. Oh.
To leave your partner like this. You were never much of a dancer.
Oh, don't do that. Don't. The bird's fucking broken.
I'm sorry. You should have noticed sooner. Belly.
Oh, don't tell me that's why she started wearing black, bro.
I knew you'd be here. Remielle.
Oh?
Looking for this?
Who's this?
Don't know when to go away. Now do you?
Who was that? I saw the butterfly. Was that Storyteller? I'm not super stoked about that last bit. I'm like really not stoked about this. But first of all, she's Vike? It says Vike on his jacket. So like, what are we doing? It said Vike on his jacket. And he's so wide. Look how wide he is. Maybe Vike was his mom or something? Where if you go to the lore teaser, it says Vike on his jacket. He's got like a name tag. His hands are huge. His hands are like half the size of Remielle. And you said we saw Joyous and Swordmaster, but like where? Here?
Also,
Oh my god. Dog, look. Her ears are like larger than her head. You see that? Her ears are like the size of her head, if not larger. She's like literally all ears. So yeah, Miyabi might be the run. Miyabi might have small ears, comparatively. There's no way Vike is like just a guy with One Piece proportions. There's no way. I'd be really shocked if he wasn't a construct. Actually, it's gonna be like a seed thing where like there's just a tiny girl piloting the robot, the leader of the Falconhane mercenary troop. I cannot believe that is the leader of the Falconhane mercenary troop. And purple here is Vike. That's insane. Yeah, I would guess they have drinks for constructs, but also, I'm not seeing any other constructs here. Were they like rarer back then? We still don't know enough about Void Hunter weapons. This is kind of insane though. She kind of just, just the flex. Here, all right, whole room's frozen. So she was like an actual like best in class dancer. So yeah, like Nangong. What the fuck? Yeah. And she was like good at everything without trying, like Nangong? There's nothing weird about the baby. Aside from the ears, got some big ass ears. Oh, you never underestimate girls with pink hair. Yeah, I remember Evanescia saying that. There's like nothing to gather here. So she was just good at school, and they grew up together, I guess. And then this is, I guess, like post a hollow disaster. No Thaumiel. No? These are like normal wings. But how is that possible? It would have to be Thaumiel. Yeah, but she only has like 2 wings though. No, I'm saying she still has white wings, yes, but like she has white wings. Thaumiel is also a pair of wings, but these are natural wings. These don't have the vents or anything. These are feathered wings. I guess it could just be artistic liberty here. Because like then you go back here and she's only got the 2 wings. So this is interesting to me. This is interesting to me already. There's a dove or a bird, a whale. That's a big whale and something on the left. But this seems to be like a museum or like a place of reverence 100 years ago. That's a Gojira reference? The flying whale? Oh, for real? Well, Thaumiel is 2 pairs of wings to itself, and then Remielle has her own pair of wings. Thaumiel comes in 2 parts, and then Remielle has her wings. So she is a 6-winged seraphim when she's using Thaumiel. Maybe it's like Nangong's wings. I mean, maybe Thaumiel can. I don't know about hers, like her natural ones. I don't think they can. Her wings can change color from black to white. That could be some weird aesthetic ether projection because she's just good at everything. Did we already hyperanalyze the EP? We got to go back to the EP. I think there's less to do there. So we're probably, like, that's going to be like a 1 pass, but this is the one where like a lot more stuff is interesting. I'm just concerned as like, what is this? Because this is a place of significance to her. Is this a statue of Remielle, or is this a statue of like some other kind of deity? You know, like that's what's getting me. What do the whales mean? I don't know. That's just a whale, I guess, like with the moon, maybe. It's like a whale in front of the moon. It looks like Remielle. Maybe her family is a big deal. Maybe. Yeah, maybe she was like one of the founding families of like the, essentially like the equivalent of Tops, but back then. I don't know what the whale imagery is all about, the moon whale. Watch it once you'll understand. Yeah, they're fucking lying, bro. They're lying. Yeah, this is like the weird bit. Then there's the dove back here, but does it like pan around? No, there's no parallax or anything. And then she points out to it as if it's like something that she's proud of. I only win. Look at this statue. And then this is interesting to me. We haven't really seen like a church or any equivalent so far, right? Okay, hold up. For my own psyche, I need to check something. It's like kind of similar. I don't think it's like close enough. That would be a total stretch. There's 7 stars on it. Wait, could be a whale that ate the moon. Yeah, we have apparently had like some form of other religion in old Eridu's. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the middle, 7 with the brightest. 7 small stars, 1 big star, and then a circle. Well, I mean, this would make sense to be the eclipse like Scorched Horizon was doing, right? Might be related to Remy's faction. Could be. And I mean, like, covenant is usually like a religious word for promise, right? So it could be that the Void Hunters are meant to mimic whatever this thing is doing. Like they were modeled after it. I'm just shocked because I'm looking at this. Like, this reminds me so much of Sunbringer's Eye. Like, it doesn't nearly have as many like ridges or whatever, but it looks pretty fucking similar. Look, the 6 stars are tied to the big circle. They have a tail. So you're saying like this is like a being and then this is the tail. Wait a second. This is like the it's like that Exaltus image from the co-op event. It reminds me of this, where like the 2 circles are meeting, and then in the center is where the creator is. Squid movement where? Here? This seems like it's just meant to be a trail of stars following the original. Almost like a constellation. But the circle with this thing is like it's like ever so slightly different, but like you can see again, there's like, this is almost equivalent to like the Void Hunter symbol over here. And then this, they're like tracing the lines where they meet, and I guess like via frequency. Like they're both almost touching at the core, which is strange. And then here you see where the 2 hollows, I'm guessing, meets is where the creator is. The Enchainer might be a person who's corrupted by their or just a Void Hunter weapon. Okay. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it on stream before, and if I haven't, then it's gonna be a crazy one to drop on stream, which I frankly should be saving for a video. But once we can confirm some details, I'll bring it up again, alright? And if I have talked about it on stream before, you guys can remind me, but also you'll be the cool kids who know first. So we can come back to this religious thing. I'm just curious about like what the iconography here is for, because we just have not seen a church in New Eridu yet. Okay, we don't gotta do that again. This is a church. Like, this is like a Catholic church. Like, they got the pew set up and everything. This is flashing me back to my school days. It's crazy. They got a pope. Okay, if this works, humanity will be 1 step closer to conquering the Hollows. Someone has to do it.
I promised it.
Yeah, Remy invited her to the testing, so Remy is like indirectly responsible for her death. I mean, she killed her too. Okay, but also, we're gonna skip right back to 314. But remember at the start of the trailer, we see this, right? She is already dealing with like the Wise and Bell like magic circuits thing. And this is presumably after she just did the big freeze against this chick. So she succeeded, she failed. And then in this testing, whatever they were trying to do, it seems like Remielle was able to, I guess, like achieve symbiosis with her Void Hunter weapon, and this chick was not. Vike was not. First of all, they knew what an Enchainer was. The ether activity within Colonel Vike is increasing. Now this part is dangerous, and I guess leads to becoming an Enchainer, because it seems like she's been overtaken. More curious about her calling out to Sunbringer, asking where they are hiding.
What is this? RK. Sunbringer. What have you all been hiding?
Yeah, so RK and okay. Now we have like the ability to pin some of this shit on RK, because evidently RK was part of this whole mess, which gives credence to think like RK is kind of like one of these things. This gives us a little bit more ammunition for two things, right? Number one, for RK actually being like fundamental in the whole Void Hunter system, like not being one of the later ones, but being one of the earlier ones, because they show up last. But it could be that they were just like, they were buddy-buddy with Sunbringer. But also, they split off. So Sunbringer and RK probably had like a disagreement somewhere down the line. And also, Sunbringer, of course, knowing more about Ether and the Hollows and all this shit than everybody else, knew something that everybody didn't about the Enchainers and the Void Hunter weapons, and that's why this happened. Right? So, this is interesting. We gotta break out paint once again. We're back here, everybody. We're back to paint. RK did leave to search for a truth, exactly. So maybe, honestly, it could be that Sunbringer knows everything and RK was like, you're still hiding shit. I don't trust you. And that's why he went into Hollow Zero. Another fuck-ass scientist? Sunbringer could be the fuck-ass scientist for all that we know. But do Bashman and Gerda Blue have anything in common to Void Hunter weapons? Now, this is where it all comes together, right? So, Before we were talking about Sunbringer pokeballing the ethereals. Let's grab that image real quick. Sunbringer pokeballing the ethereal. Now, right from Hollow Ethereal Matter was that they knew it had a low success rate but went ahead. Oh yeah, almost certainly. And they also couldn't be, like, for real, Merlin, yeah, they maybe were not satisfied with the power output. But I think there is like a third insidious thing going on here. They absolutely tried updoing the power, but the way in which you would updo the power essentially would make you a pseudo-enchainer, right? Which is why the proxies and why Remielle have like those orange lines. It would seem that like their Void Hunter weapon power is like acclimated to the body and is being kept in check specifically by the human ether that is golden. So we have the proxy having like the Void Hunter symbol, right? It's like the do-do and then do-do-do, whatever. Like they have like the whatever cool guy Void Hunter symbol, yada yada. Dude, I'm fucking fried. Like what even is the Void Hunter symbol, man? Okay, Void Hunter symbol. Oh shit. Never mind. It's okay. Pretend. Well, I'll try to draw it. We did it. If it's a Pokeball, how is it transferred into a weapon? Great question. Partially letting the other take over to try and control it. Yup. Got the great, yeah, I'm a fucking, fun fact, I almost went to art school. Would you believe that? So, we got Phaethon's symbol, and then we know now that Remielle actually has a symbol that looks like this, right? And then, those are the only two right now that we see that we know are like Void Hunter weapon adjacent in some capacity. If Shungus were to have one, I would guess it would be like this. Perhaps like an actual flower or just this weird little like four clover. So, I would, like, we're just gonna put this one here in case, and I'll add like a little question mark to it. We don't know Miyabi's. We don't know any of the other ones, really. But these are like the big three that we do know. And what I think is Eldrada's is the one that's on her flag, which is like these three descending stars that look kind of like a frequency wave. And then like maybe that's because she split and the original would just have the ether symbol, but I'm leaning more towards this one. Like what Dracena has, kinda, yeah. So these are all like symbols that are related to Void Hunter weapons, right? And now when we saw Sunbringer do this thing, what we see happen when she does the weird compression is that this white symbol is inside the ball, inside like trapped inside another ether symbol. Like you see the ether symbol back there, and then there's the white symbol, right? And this is because they presumably trapped something like an Enchainer. I mean, like I said, Sunbringer could be just like an old Civ scientist who was like the one who hit the red button and like was too curious about ether, and then that's what ended the world. Like I would not put it past her. But now we see like this thing, right? So we see this mark, which is silver, which is the... And now what we know about the silver stuff, silver is the creator. And why do we know that silver is the creator? There are two reasons, right? Number one, this shit. Number one is this. When Sarah went to speak to like the actual creator, like the real thing, this is what showed up. It wasn't like miasmic, it wasn't anything else. It was this. Also, you know, when she got the symbol, it was like this. But this, again, gives credence to perhaps, if this is not like the creator's symbol itself, it could even be the Qingming symbol, what the Qingming is meant to be, or what the Qingming has like taken. Because remember, they were trying to get the Qingming back because they stole, the Qingming blade apparently stole the creator's authority. So if silver is the creator, is there a gold or a bronze version? The humans. So the other thing we know is that when we learn about Pyrois, the blue portions of Pyrois' arms are the result of inertization caused by a decrease in the activity level of the corrupted creator's etheric energy, held in mutual check and balance with the golden special energy of the body. But notice on the arm, the veins are white because it's the creator's etheric energy is still there, except it's suppressed. So the veins are white. So the arm, if it was not suppressed, would just all be silver. The blue is because it's being suppressed. If it was not, it would all be silver. So he would just be silver hand. Ha 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 ha. We made that joke before. It's blue because we are keeping it in check because of the golden ether in our body, as well as like the porcelain. So we know about this. We know this, the veins turn silver because that's the creator's energy. So we can high key like look at the proxies with the magic circuits and think, okay, that's because they've got a grip on their shit and they're using like the human equivalent while still being tapped into like whatever is going on with Pyrois or an etheric other or a void hunter weapon. Now, wouldn't it be red? No, because the creator's baseline ether is silver. Could this be the case for Talos as well? Yep, that's why I made the tweet that I think Talos might be nerfed. I think Talos, as we know it, could be a nerfed version, because if blue is like a nerfed version of the creator's ether, like a inert creator's ether, then it could be that the OG version of Talos was white and like white foxfire. And after X amount of years and nobody really attuning with the blade, it went down to blue. It's it's inert creator, which is red. Red, I don't believe is the inert creator. I think is miasmic creator, in quotations. Like, I think it's using the authority of the creator to like leverage the miasma of the Lenian Hollow, which is like purplish red. Vike didn't have white. We need to go look at Vike though. That's the next part. Yeah, she's not like directly tapping the creator's ether. She's using miasma plus like the creator's blessing, almost like Hari making the visions in the Hollow. She was like hooked up to the Hollow. I'm guessing the creator's blessing does a similar thing except wireless. She got that Bluetooth. Creator's ether, as far as we know, is white. And it lines up with Pyrois having the blue arm and the white magic circuits or veins or whatever. On top of this, we've seen Sunbringer do this weird thing with what looks like a hollow and then like string it up and then becomes this with this little symbol inside. But why is there the symbol inside? What could this be? The Void Hunters in their eyes or in their weaponry all have their symbol. So this is proxy, right? Well, let's go orange. This is proxy. And this is Remy. We'll make it pink. And then this is Sunbringer. Right? So it says she doesn't need the creator's power. Can Enchainer the word be interpreted as someone holding you hostage? Maybe. Because we don't know if the Enchainer is... we don't know if it can be a two-way street, because now, first, we heard about the fact that Gertha Blulu and Bashmu, or like the Alaskan Bullworm, were like a step away from becoming Enchainers. They were like a step away from it. Not even Sarah Messenger, not even Sarah Bringer was an Enchainer yet, right? Where do we see the Sunbringer one? On her flag. I'm pulling up receipts. We don't do lore without receipts, baby. And you see, given that this is her Void Hunter weapon, and this is like the same kind of etheric cape that Pyrois has, the white stars on this thing, which... Another shower thought I had today. White Star is infinitely more sus after thinking about this shit. The white stars on her flag would be like her Void Hunter symbol. Right? Enchainer implies there's a master and a slave. Yes, exactly. EP did have chained up images. It could be you are bound to the weapon. Like almost like a genie in bottle situation. Like once you've done the process, like there's no going back. You become something else. We know they all have their symbols, right? Yeah, she didn't get it to this form. We know now that the white is related to the creator and the gold is related to the human body / void hunters, right? And we know gold is also related to the human body because when people do their etheric projection, like Ishwen, we know the talismans, they end up like yellow / gold, right? Got the talismans. And then she has like the big gold box, remember? And then she like mass resurrected everybody and like yoinked the miasma out of them in season 2. That was all Ishwen, and that was all again with gold and ether. But when Lucia does it, you can actually see the gold flecks coming off of her little summons. And then when Astrid does it, you can see the gold flecks coming off of the music notes. So ether, when projected, usually has like the flecks of gold. Like that's kind of like the indicator that somebody's using ether projection. Does that mean somebody might be connected to White Star? Maybe. I think purple's lower, like the File realm is primarily red and black. It could be. You have inert and active creator ether. Inert ether is blue, and then active creator ether is white. Chungus is the best example possible, because she is fully attuned with the Qingbing sword, and what color is her shit? White, baby. All her powers are white. So once she's Chungus Blanco form, and she's using the Qingbing like crazy, all her powers are white. So that's her being like fully in tune with like the Qingbing sword. That's like after everything goes down. The Qingbing sword's power at a baseline is white, of course, but it is also a different case weapon because it is not a traditional Void Hunter weapon, I believe, like these are. It's probably like an older version because it is both it is like the base material for a Void Hunter weapon plus something else that are constantly fighting, and they need a third party to regulate it, which is why they have the Void Hunter for the Qingbing sword, and why her title is the Qingbing Arbiter, because she's essentially like dealing with Alien X from Ben 10. She has to like constantly keep him in check. Yeah, it was one of the only ones not made by Flint. Yeah, it also seems a lot more organic. Yup, because the basis for the Qingbing sword was that there was a super crazy cultivator guy, and he was like, oh shit, there's like a rock, and maybe we'll say like the rock is white. There's like a rock and it's killing everybody. It's like an angry rock. So he takes it and he tries to break it and he can't break it because this thing is awesome. And he's like, you know, if I can't break you, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make you into a sword. Ba-dunk. And then we get the Qingbing sword. So he fused it with something else and he turned it into the Qingbing sword. And then he used his super awesome cultivator techniques to keep that thing in check. So the Qingbing sword is weird in that case. Enchainer might be like Chungus, but not necessarily. So we haven't gone back to the video yet. I haven't even like been able to explain this yet. So knowing this, right? Foundationally, it would seem that the thing that Sunbringer Pokeballed with the symbol is like piece number 1 to building a Void Hunter weapon. Because then this would be the symbol that shows up in somebody's eyes or on their weapon. So the thing that she yoinked is probably the creator's authority that was assigned to that being that they then take out of the hollow and they shove into a weapon. And because Flint Porceloy is so freaking efficient at holding ether and regulating it and stabilizing it, they can just shove this weird creator authority into the Flint Porceloy and they have the weapon ready. Is it not going to be her? I do not think this is going to be their. I don't know where people are getting W engine from. Like just because it's like an orb does not make it a W engine. Traditionally, a W engine has been something that makes noise. Like I don't know where you're going to put a CD into this thing. Like a W engine is even like Lucia's the weapon that she holds, like the little rod. That's a W engine. The Tigerbane Bell is a W engine. The HIE is basically domesticated miasma to simulate spaces, which could be why the Qingbing symbol appears in the HIA twins. Wait. Does the Qingbing symbol appear in the HIA twins? Are you serious? No shot. So yeah, the above their heads, really? Hold up. Because I don't know, we don't know exactly what the Qingbing symbol is, per se. I'm taking a guess as to it being like the flower thing. Oh, that's interesting. Holy shit. Holy shit. Can I get like a better angle on it? Dude, it's like straight up what we would assume the Qingbing symbol to be. And I mean, miasma, because miasma retains memory, remember. So I would not say it's too far off, all things considered. The reason I say like that is likely the symbol is because I'm pretty sure that the hilt of the Qingbing blade itself, not the sword that she's using, when she takes the Qingbing blade out, The hilt is what has that symbol, if I remember correctly, which we'll try to do right now. That's kind of insane. Yeah, I never noticed this. You see that? I'm a LARPer. That's why a lot of this stuff is community effort, dude. Like, this shit is fucking bugging. Okay, you see it? It's like it looks like her hair ornaments, actually. But it's got like the 3 prongs to it, and it's got like a little thing in the center. It's not photo event, so I can't do the photos, but it looks like that. Just bring up the Void Hunter weapon video. By doing the holo, can't I access the camera there? Oh, you're right. One of the wives on screen, absolutely. You already know it. Okay, hold up, let's go back. This one, oh, you're right. Wow, it was, you see what I mean? Maybe, so this would like kind of debunk the HIA one. But then this would also make a little bit more sense for a symbol. It's like, it's just some, it looks like a rubber band almost. Not quite a clover, but like, it's a fucking clover. It might as well be. You see that thing? That would count for a symbol. So we can kind of make the guess that this thing that she's capturing is what would be the next Void Hunter weapon. Like, this is the necessary ingredient. This is like the missing sauce for a Void Hunter weapon. And then if it works, then we would see this symbol turn orange in somebody's eye. This thing, yeah, both the other, well, Dracaena has like distinct clovers. Linvern has like slightly more rounded stars, I think. And then Eldrada has like the actual Ether Star. But again, like all of these things have 4 points. I've been saying there's a 4th fucking Sunbringer, but that's not a conversation for right now. Okay, let me put on some like music real low. Remember, this is all building up to like a big assumption. We still haven't gone back to the video, which is insane. I swear it comes together. We know that these are all the symbols. We know that this is the Void Hunter symbol, but it's also the symbol that shows up in the proxy's eyes. Now, I've said before, I think Phaethon, the name Phaethon is a title. I think Phaethon is like the Will of D in One Piece. Or Phaethon is like a hero, essentially. Like, Phaethon is not meant to be just for the proxies. There was a Phaethon before, and maybe even a Phaethon before that. But Phaethon, the name, is something that is passed down. And it could be the criteria for that name being passed down is compatibility with this symbol, with this Void Hunter weapon. And now that we know about the Enchainers, right? The original Phaethon, like when they lost, because they probably lost, the original Phaethon was not showing up in that Void Hunter trailer. The original Phaethon did not seem like they were one of the original Void Hunters from Sunbringer's era. So we can make a guess that there was a Phaethon even before them that was like the original Void Hunter weapon, or the original Void Hunter that was integrated with their weapon like a very similar way. They fight, they think that they're getting close to winning, and they lose. You're following me here? If they're like Sunbringer and they know about Ether and they know about all of this stuff, they're like a little bit more tapped in than the average fella, then they say, listen, let me corrupt, let me turn into an Enchainer, that way we double up the power and give it to the next guy. So they let Phaethon corrupt, and then they fucking Pokeball him. That way we still have the symbol, and now another guy can get it. But, because Phaethon was pretty in tune with that shit, they stayed conscious. They stayed sentient. It's like one for all, yes, like one for all. Except you had to like figure out the compatibility. Like it wasn't just like an, oh, eat the hair. Like there had to be like predetermined compatibility, which is why Pyrois, quote unquote, says I chose you. Pyrois chose the proxy, just like the Qingming sword chose Shungus, right? With the insane control over Ether, with potentially being the first Void Hunter weapon, which would then make sense as to why they're called Void Hunters with this symbol, because we see it in the proxy's eyes. So if he's the first Void Hunter, then everybody else is using the symbol out of like respect. We still don't know the exacts of what an Enchainer is, but if Sunbringer can Pokeball an Enchainer and just like put it in the back pocket for later, and we don't know what the fuck is up with Scorched Horizon, it could be that they let themselves transform in order to pass on the ability, because then they could just keep themselves along with it. They could tell the next person how to do it. It seems like there's a balancing act, and when you begin, if you cannot keep your shit in check, like if you cannot keep the etheric other, or the ethereal or the creator authority or whatever in check, then you're overtaken by the ether and you become an Enchainer. Now we can also make that assumption because if we go back to Pyrois, held in mutual check and balance with the golden special energy of the body. And what do we see from Remielle? Held in mutual check and balance, huh? By the golden special energy of the body, huh? So it could be that once you integrate this thing into your body physically, or like absorb enough of their ether, I think there's like some kind of physical component, which is why the proxies needed the implants. There's like some sort of physical component that happens that as long as you're not overwhelmed by it, you can control it and tap into it. And that's what they were going for, and that's what increases the output. Because then you just have it under your grip, and you can use it either like Pyrois as an etheric other, or like powering up your Void Hunter weapon. Yeah, exactly. Like, it builds up tolerance. And you, like, the thing builds up tolerance, and you lose tolerance, essentially. You're playing like a balancing act, and then eventually, it eats you. But Pyrois / Phaethon, I don't think he's a bad guy. And the reason I say this whole passing down thing, like one for all, is kind of the basis for that. I don't think he's a bad dude. I think because he's the original Phaethon, he needs to get shit done. You know? That's why he's mean. That's why he seems evil. He just needs to get shit done. So what does Remielle have to use for the price of using Thaumiel? We don't know, but she said when I use Thaumiel, my mind, every time I use Thaumiel, yeah. The more I use Thaumiel, the more my mind, ... So it could be, it's just like eating at you. Like the Qingming sword, its price is that it eats your memories. They could all, we don't know if they all have the same price. They could very well all have the same price. But I say the implants are like the one for all passage, yeah. Or at least part of it. Like the implants are what allow like it to happen. Like let's say they are the porcelain vessel for the symbol that's gonna go in there. You see what I'm saying? Like if they're gonna put this thing and they're gonna trial this thing in everybody, there's gonna have to be the compatibility. So they kind of like pop it in, pop it out, pop it in, pop it out, and eventually Pyrois chooses one of them, and then they're good. Miyabi was violent. I think it just eats away at your cognitive, like your cognition. And then once you have like no willpower to express over the weapon, once you are no longer the Enchainer, it enchains you. Because essentially, like, if we're looking at the whole thing from like a zoomed out lens, we would be the Enchainers of the Void Hunter weapons. Like we would be like binding them to our will. But then the vice versa is also possible, where that if we lose our grip, then they transform us, and then they become the Enchainer. So it's a two-way street. Does the Qingming Bird count as the etheric other? I don't believe so. But if the implant is their weapon, yeah. The implant is almost certainly the Void Hunter weapon itself. So they are like a biological Void Hunter weapon. I don't know if Remielle has implants herself. Maybe she does. Maybe these are like failed outputs of the implants. But it seems like this could be the case. If Scorched Horizon is half Enchainer, yeah. Well, the thing with Scorched Horizon is I don't think it like that was necessarily a totally bad thing. We're gonna go look at what happens here, right? And we're gonna walk with, because again, this could be a reach, and I'm not saying it's not like this is 100% accurate. This could 100% be a reach, but there's like a lot of weird little supporting bits to it. Okay, so you know, honestly, no, I think Scorched Horizon is the Enchainer form, but it's reversible because the dude's not bad. He's not like a full-blown like negative ethereal. And this is what I mean to support it. Let's run with the assumption, because Scorched Horizon doesn't have the creator energy in it. True, yeah. Yeah, and that would support again like the fact that it is itself an Enchainer that is like full human and just passed down, because we're not seeing like the creator energy. It probably still has the authority somewhere built in, but because it became an Enchainer for the next weapon and just passed down, it like overlaid itself, and now it's like more human than Enchainer. So check this out, right? We know, number one, that the proxy's implants are like essentially made for some purpose of like destroying the hollows. Like they are a means to an end for destroying the hollows. That's like the whole Helios thing. It's like, oh, we're gonna be one step closer to eliminating the hollows, yada yada yada. So, and then again, remember that this is a part of their body, right? Like they are the host to Pyrois and the host to whatever the hell Scorched Horizon is. So as an existence, they are made to be direct opposition to the creator. As like a full gold entity, they are made to be exact opposites of the silver. And we know Pyrois is like, oh, I'm gonna take over, blah, 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 or I'm Kurama and I'm evil and I'm gonna go, I'm gonna kill everybody, grr. But check this. Proxy taps Thaumiel. Thaumiel pops out and then turns into energy, but boom, enters the body, right? Note the color of what's going on here. The energy's white, right? So the creator energy. Because the Void Hunters are, like, the Void Hunter weapons are built with the creator's energy. So what happens then if you are like a super weapon, or you as a consciousness are like a super weapon, and your host is being taken over by your fucking enemy, by like the thing you're made to destroy? This isn't Pyrois doing it because he's mean and angry. This is like a fucking antibody reaction. Yeah, Pyrois saw the creator's energy and said, the fuck are you doing in my house? But also remember, Pyrois is aware of the fact that, like, Wise and Bell exist. Like, they are aware of the fact that they are not the entity anymore. They are not the person that's alive. They are the weapon. They are aware of that, which is why they were like having the whole conversation. It's how Anti-Venom is some Venom, and how, yeah, exactly. It's how Venom super protects Sideman. Yep. So this looks like a Void Hunter weapon. Pyrois shows up. This goes nuclear. They're probably like, it's probably contesting with the energy of Thaumiel in there. And then it escapes, but boom, we have this guy, right? This to me reads a little bit more like an antibody reaction. So Pyrois chose the twins. They had a conversation. There was an agreement of some kind before they went nuclear at Helios Academy, and they were stopped by Serpico. So they probably were turning into something like this, or just like losing control and expelling as like too much energy. And then they were too afraid to do it again, so they never did it. They just locked it away. And also whatever spoke to the proxy at the very end of it locked it away. Could be Sunbringer, could be Fairy, could be a bunch of other stuff. So, but again, we know from Pyrois that this gray part is like corrupted etheric matter, and then this is like pure ether. This is pure ether. So I don't know why it's just the hands. It could be that, like, as a final form, Pyrois is just like a living, like a ball of fire. Or Scorch Horizon / Phaethon's like a ball of fire. Like, it sheds the whole corruption thing, and it's just like a, like, literally gold. Like a gold dude. Like Dr. Manhattan. Pyrois had chosen the proxy. Pyrois had an agreement with the proxy. If they saw that the proxy got overwhelmed and nearly possessed by the creator's energy, they say like, yo, fuck this shit, it's go time. It's go, I have to eradicate everybody because it seems like we lost another one. That's why they're like this. I'm not losing another vessel, I'm taking the wheel. No, literally. That's like exactly what it was. Because remember, he like taunts the proxy like, yo, like you slip I catch you slipping one time. I'm taking over again. And I'm killing everybody. I'm going fucking nuts. I'm killing everybody. You don't want that, do you? You don't want that, do you? Huh? And that whole conversation between them and the whole vision that the proxy was getting with Pyrois, to me reads a little bit more like, yo, I'm taking the most extreme measure possible to get you to lock the fuck in. I am like going to the mode, like you need to understand how crazy this is. You need to lock the fuck in. Here Pyrois is completely made up of the proxy's ether. I think the dyed silver Pyrois is basically just Pyrois using porcelain. Yes. Because this also is like what happens when you become an Enchainer, right? This is like almost full-blown Enchainer. But like this is arguably the good ending of an Enchainer. Because he's still conscious. He's just fucking killing everybody. Conscious maybe like an asterisk. Because, you know, he's in the hollow. The body got taken over by the creator. Everybody's an enemy until proven otherwise. Yes, exactly. It's not malice. It's like, it is just like a white blood cell kind of reaction. It is like, yo, I've seen this game, I've watched this game before, I've seen this movie before. We can't do this shit again. If I don't take over now and just wipe this hollow off the face of the earth, we will lose another one. And then we're back to square one. If not all etheric others have full consciousness, yeah, maybe not. Maybe especially like the younger ones, maybe they cannot like express thought. Because it could be that like Tailless and the Qingming sword can only express like human thought because they've consumed so many people. That could very well be it. And Pyrois / Phaethon, potentially being the original Phaethon, would just be like a straight up dude with that power that could coach you through it. So I think Remielle and the other Void Hunters met the OG? Maybe. Because if we go back, high key, that could be Phaethon. Right there in the back, the big old star. That could be him, and then these could be the other Void Hunters. And they're just like replicating a myth or something. The big circle feels like a bit on the nose, yeah. Because also you see it here. You see, look at the background. It's a big circle with nothing inside it, yeah. It's like a prophecy, almost like a prophecy. Yeah, right? Funny how that works. We see here, again, the additional iconography, almost matching, right? This whole hollow and star thing, the whole eclipse type deal that also mimics the thing that the creator does. So yeah, we're seeing this shit, right? Yeah. We saw her talking in game on the live stream. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This lines up a little bit too well for my liking. But again, that's why I think Pyrois as the entity, number one, is not a bad dude. Number two, Pyrois, I don't even think is his real name. Because remember, do you guys remember what he says to the proxy? When Pyrois speaks to the proxy inside, like, the Mind Palace, or whatever, in the Mind Eclipse, he tells him, all right, I'll lend you the name Pyrois. He doesn't say, I am Pyrois. He says, I will lend you the name Pyrois. To me, that kind of indicates he could be able to just give away powers. Pyrois could be a portion of what this guy is. Pyrois could be a portion of the actual Phaethon's power. So if this is the original Phaethon, and we are called Phaethon because we are a host to this thing, we have maybe a fraction of its power on Pyrois. And that's assuming that, like, this is like an all-for-one or one-for-all situation where it's like passed down, whatever. So it like, this is making a ton of fucking assumptions, but it lines up a little bit too well. What if the sentience of the weapon is based on the nature of what etheric matter they use for the weapon? You know, maybe. It'd be interesting. Apparently, yeah, Pyrois is like one of the 4 horses that pulled the chariot of Phaethon, right? I'll lend you the name Pyrois. Take my horse, dog. Take my horse, bro. You can use one. Because remember, in the myth of Phaethon, like, the long and short is, like, Phaethon, I'm pretty sure, was a normal dude. He didn't really have godly powers, but his dad was Helios. And he's like, yo, I'm the kid of a god. Let me drive the chariot. Let me prove myself I'm a god, bro. I am a god. I swear I am. And he's like, no, you're not. The horses are gonna fucking wreck you. Like, you can't do this shit. And then Phaethon goes, no, I totally can. Believe me, I can do it. And then Helios is like, you know what? Fuck it. If you can do it, you're great. If you can't, you fuck shit up. So the myth explains that deserts and the polar ice caps and stuff were made because Phaethon couldn't control the horses and they went too far and they got too close. Then Zeus strikes them down. He lost control of the horses and then Zeus struck him down and he died, right? And he fell into the river Eridanus. So if this is Phaethon, I will lend you the name Pyrois, and we are also Phaethon. We're meant to be the next one. I will lend you the name Pyrois. I will give you 1 horse. Lock in with this 1 horse, and then you get the 2nd horse. And then when you do good with the 2nd horse, then you get the 3rd horse. And then when you have all 4 horses, then we're totally locked in. Like the Kurama's letting him get a portion, like, as when he gets used to it, you get a little bit more. And you get used to that, you get a little bit more. And then eventually, you could go full Ninetales. Eventually. Considering Helios' chariot is supposed to be the thing that carries the sun across the sky, what if the etheric other Phaethon is a representative of the chariot, and the eclipse is representative of the etheric Phaethon, the chariot coming to the sun? Huh. I think the eclipse might just be a manifestation of, like, that power. Like, you don't even need the etheric other. Like, when you are expressing that much power in the hollow, like, that shit would happen. Or maybe it's, like, indicative of his power. I don't know if the etheric other himself is, like, the chariot. It could be that, like, they are the chariot as well as the 4 horses. And then, like, as the next Phaethon, we are now just taking the reins of the chariot and the 4 horses. That would make sense. That would make sense. Yeah, Zeus sniped him. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying before. He got sniped and he fell into the river Eridanus, which again shares, like, the root name Eridu. Which is why I said that if they name there's the name Eridu, of course, from Mesopotamian literature, which is one of the first cities. There's also the name Eridanus, which is the river that Phaethon fell into when they were struck down. So if we are, like, tracing similarities to the myth, maybe it wasn't Zeus that struck them down. Maybe the force of, like, the creator that they were fighting originally is what sniped them out the fucking sky. And they fell, and where they fell is Hollow Zero. They pick them back up, they put them back together like Frankenstein, then they pass them on to the next guy. Maybe Pyrois to share some power with a little bang boot friend? I don't know about all that. It could be that because Eos could be named just to follow the theme, just because Carol thought it was cool. You know, when Gilgamesh and Enkidu show up from Fate Grand Order? Actually, I think you think Gilgamesh and Enkidu from the hit game Honkai Star Rail, of which perhaps they might show up, given that we've already seen Pom Pom in the game. We've seen Pom Pom in the game. Why not Gilgamesh and Enkidu from the hit game Honkai Star Rail, huh? Sorry. We're good. We're fine. Also, yeah, I almost became an Enchainer. I feel it in my bones. The Green Goblin mask is like in my soul. It's about to come out. That's like the crux of the theory. Scorched Horizon could just be OG Phaethon. We currently have a portion of the power, and the whole symbolism thing is lining up with what we're seeing here. And then when we look at the Enchainer, we got to go back to the video. Because the other thing that I will note here, she's corrupting, but she still got her head. Also, wait a second. That's the same effect we see Sunbringer do. That it could just it really could back up the fact that like Sunbringer's just turbo condensing ether. Where is... She's like, I'm gonna go super serial mode. And then she does the... Yeah, it's here. You see that? It's like the same effect. The same static effect. Sunbringer has the same effect as whatever the hell's going on here. So it could be that this is just super condensed. Like super condensed. Did I goodwill the Seth outfit? Let's point out some similarities here, shall we? Let's point out some similarities here. Chest has some kind of buildup. There's some kind of buildup in the chest. Number one. Number two, the arms. She's got red arms, he's got golden arms. War among the first generations, 1 other trillion pulls towards Remielle. Is my Zenless still open? It is, but I just have it muted. They both have the arms. The core is not in their head. She's got a tail. He got like an extension to his, like, he got like literally a third arm. She's not quite there yet. She's getting there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like the feather in his cap. Maybe, again, this happens on the way to being an Enchainer, and they're afraid of Oni, who have like likely way higher ether tolerance, becoming Enchainers. Or something like that. So again, also, the same shade of like dark etheric matter as Pyrois, with what looks to be porcelain even. Oh, she broke it immediately. Uh-oh. Then she goes some fights in the back rooms. All the monochrome, I override my... No, dude, no. See, they're not, like, as white, but it's still, like, is reminiscent of porcelain. Maybe they just didn't have enough to control it. But this probably also mirrors what happened with Serpico and the Proxy. Upgraded Blue and Botch being Truvia and Serpico's Etheric Others. I wonder if Etheric Others can show up in just, like, whatever form. Because the only, like, real example we have is Pyrois. With how much they're throwing around the word Enchainer, we better find out what they fucking mean in 3.1. And before Cygnus ends up being Sunbringer's Etheric Other, I wonder if she even has one. Remielle. Yeah, see how she's still conscious? I feel like this is the point the OG Phaethon got to, and then they just Pokeball them. Double it and give it to the next guy. And now we have Phaethon. Now we have the Proxy. I think, not Truvia, Storyteller is strange. Because she's in like that vat of porcelain that she can like somewhat control. And she's also like locked up. Like she's in like almost like a straitjacket type of deal. Also, there's nothing that's like indicative of a symbol here. Like you can't see it in her eyes or anything. That's fucking tragic. They're still holding hands too. That's Sunbringer. Yep, that's Sunbringer. Got the horns. Look at Remy's wings. She's back to 2, but they're not actually 2. What do you mean they're not actually 2? I don't want to hear her crying anymore. Oh, no, it's just folded over. It's 2 wings, but they're just folded over. She's laying on her side. Imagine if Carol's related to Nangang. That'd be pretty funny. Because she's got the same kind of hair. Yo, that'd be crazy, actually. Yeah, my mom was an Oxthyron. And then like all the dots line up in Phaethon's brain like for 1 second. I think like via the perspective, this could be like Sunbringer from... She's like standing over and the sun is like just hitting her in like a weird way. Or like the light, I would say, because they're in the hollow. The light is hitting her in a weird way that is causing her to look like this. Yeah, because this is also the White House. This is also probably where she buried Thaumiel, which also would make sense as like the person she's talking to. Oh, I won't corrupt. I'm a Void Hunter. Like, you're gonna have to kill me and I'll kill you. Don't worry. She was probably talking to this chick. This is, I'm like 95% sure that's what I said when I first saw that conversation. I have that playthrough up. I'm like 95% sure it was probably Remielle talking to this chick. Is the tail part of the Enchainer? Yup. She was turning like real demony. Remielle did not die here. Maybe in official documents she did. And that's why they said there are like 2 names blanked out because they call them Remielle and Vike. But Remielle didn't die here. Then we see her over here. Likely after she's in mourning because she also doesn't have Thaumiel, remember. Dude, Lucia ancestor confirmed. Yeah, there's the butterfly, and then there's storyteller. You can see via the black and white too. Then this could just say that storyteller is Covenant of Dyad. And the wind up being that she found the bird. These half enchainers now have a core? Doesn't seem so. Pyrois doesn't, or Scorched Horizon, whatever his name is, doesn't really have a core. It's one of the other similarities. Matter of fact, he's like leaking. And their head doesn't turn into the core itself either. Do you have any actual definitive information regarding the war with the Oni? It happened. It sure did happen. Once upon a time. That's about all I got for you, bud. Within Yanagi's lifetime it happened, yep. If Carol Arno was part of Lucy's clan as a knight, you know, that'd be pretty interesting. That's why she's like so into all this shit. We didn't really go through the EP, but I don't think there's too much to see really in the EP. I think the chain motif, and also, oh, wait a second. Again, like the church. They're in a church again. But this is also a church now with an ether symbol that looks suspiciously like, who the fuck? I was thinking earlier about how White Star is like infinitely more sus because they categorize the ethereal names. They're literally a white star when we know the creator's ether is white. And Helios is a god of the sun, right? Our golden sun, a white star, would be not our golden sun. It would be a literal white star, which is like a form that stars can take. So it would be gold and silver once again. The young lady lay here deep in slumber, once again in slumber. That's a thumbnail. That's thumbnail material. You guys are gonna see that one in the A/B test. Uncovering Remielle truth? Enchainer? Question mark? Big yellow and red letters? That's a thumbnail. They have said that we have not seen an Enchainer yet. Like we've gotten like very close with like the Messenger and Gerda Blulu and Boschmo, but we have not gotten an Enchainer. If the Night Terror was an etheric other, it could be. Or the Night Terror itself could be an Enchainer. The Night Terror itself could be an ethereal that like leveled up into an Enchainer and became sentient. Or vice versa, it could be another person who became an Enchainer but also just like held their own. And they're just like around. Almost like OG Phaethon. But this is also really cool. I actually really like this song. But as far as like the lore goes, this is really just all stylish. Like I don't really see much. Oh, all the shots from the story. That's really cute, actually. A stunningly beautiful, ethereal, and almost godlike in appearance. It's currently unknown if the Night Horror is actually an ethereal or not. Bingo. Could be an Enchainer. I mean, Raiden May was pretty hot over here. I mean, Colonel Vike, sorry. Like, let's be so honest with ourselves. Are they fighting in the Pale Wasteland? I think they're fighting in the Companion Hollow where she buried Thaumiel. That's what it seems like. Which is, I'm pretty sure, related to the Pale Wasteland, if not actually just Melanoe. Well, the Pale Wasteland is a Companion Hollow of a different Greater Hollow that has this effect going on all the time. I forget if they were actually in the Melanoe for, like, her part of the story. Like, when we picked up Thaumiel. I don't know if that was the Melanoe or if it was a Companion Hollow of the main hollow that was just unnamed. It could be. Yeah, this shit's kind of crazy, though. She immediately breaks free. She says, like, yeah, miss me with that shit. Did she, like, ready the sword, too? Like, right? Oh, my God, bro. Yeah. Oh, high key. If the sword is her Void Hunter weapon, there's no way that little gourd symbol is hers, right? I wonder if it would even show up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Wiki says it was. Okay, bet. If the wiki says it, fuck it. Yeah, Melanoe Hollow. That's probably Melanoe. So this would be where she buried her weapon. So I think like directly after this, the interaction with Sunbringer or whoever this is over here is what caused her to go like, yo, fuck you, and then freeze herself. We've been yapping for quite a while. Like looking like a singularity leakage? No! The white hair is really cool though. Is Perseus the Great Hollow? Melanoe might be a companion hollow of Perseus. So if Perseus is the Great Hollow that this whole like white effect causes, then yeah. Oni Mami? Oh dude, I'm like, my fork and knife are like being slammed on the table. I'm waiting. The plate's rattling. I'm trying to figure out where on Thaumiel the swords are coming from. She might genuinely just be pulling out like one of these jets. Like one of the smaller ones and then using them as like the weird Darth Maul thing that she does. Nagi can command the like 30 Oni that are left to like maybe go to the grocery store. And then half of them will be like, we don't fucking accept you. And they won't do it. It's a hidden compartment. Yeah, because these are all jets. I'm thinking like she might take out one of these jets or like she might take these smaller ones out. And then because the jets are like projecting energy regardless, The triangles below that, like these. I wonder what those would be for. Maybe it could be those, and they like just pop out, and then out comes a sword. It's actually a Star Wars reference. Whoa! Actually, though, yeah. Then storyteller being here is kind of crazy. We see the butterfly move, but it also means that at one point storyteller was just like moving around. Like maybe she's not confined to that place where she's in, even though she's like all locked up. So we see the butterfly, and we see her show up here. But it doesn't look like she's locked up. She doesn't have like the lock around her. She had like that weird straitjacket thing before. We see her take it out here. She jets up. There's like, oh my god. Look at her, dude, she's doing the fucking twister. It's crazy how you can see her incorporating the dance moves into what she's doing. Like I was not seeing that before. Okay, so she still doesn't have the swords here. It's near the end when she says you're a bad dance partner. That's the only time she pulls out the sword. So it looks like pure energy here. It is the top things. It is. It's the little top, like, spiky thingies. Yeah. That's so weird. How did they make the Darth Maul thing, then? It could be like Dooku's blades? Ah, you know, yeah. That's crazy. But you can see, like, she's a seraphim. I love this shit so much. It looks so good. She'll lose her head? No, she's fine. She's not in this telling. Not in this story. Dooku's head is safe.